Good afternoon, Chairman Karabenchik and members of State and Local Government Committee. Thank you all. It's not lost on us that you're here in this summer. Thank you to our speaker and our leadership for posting the bill. We are deeply grateful. I am Assemblywoman Bagolie, and I stand before you today in support of Assembly Bill 3558, a vital piece of legislation that addresses the urgent and disturbing rise of anti-Semitism in our state. New Jersey records state that anti-Semitic incidents have doubled in our state from prior years, placing us the third highest in the nation. These numbers remain alarmingly high and reflect a dangerous normalization of anti-Semitism in our communities. But behind these numbers, there are real people, real fear, and real harm. I am here because our state must define anti-Semitism. As legislators, we have a duty to ensure public safety. This means giving law enforcement and public institutions the tools they need to identify and address hate. A3558 does just that, by providing a clear, uniform definition of anti-Semitism based on the internationally recognized IRA working definition, which has already been adopted by, as Assemblyman Scheer said, by 75% of our states in the nation. The District of Columbia has also adopted it in dozens of nations worldwide. Critics have raised concern about free speech and academic freedom. As one of the bill's prime sponsors, I want to be clear. A3558 and the proposed amendments explicitly reaffirm First Amendment rights and protect robust discourse in our academic institutions. Section 2C1 affirms that nothing in this bill limits rights guaranteed by the U.S. or New Jersey constitutions. Section 2D2 further clarifies that political and academic research, discussion, and debate about Israel remains protected unless it crosses the line into hate. We are not policing thought or opinion. We are empowering our state to combat discriminatory conduct motivated by anti-Semitism. A3558 neither creates new crimes nor does it threaten academic freedom for critical inquiry. It establishes a framework for our state to respond more effectively under existing anti-discrimination laws. Consider these examples from our community. A student is assaulted simply for identifying as Israeli. A Jewish senior living facility is threatened with a letter calling for genocide. A Jewish day school social media page is targeted with a comment, "a great place to bomb." Car rallies disrupting Jewish neighborhoods with individuals yelling "F you Jews" at congregations on their way to synagogue. And in my neighboring township, where blood and red paint was thrown at children coming out of Judaic school and messages being told to them that their parents were killers. In isolation, some of these actions may not qualify as hate crimes, but when anti-Semitic motivation is present, they become targeted and harmful. That is what this bill helps us define and identify consistently. Nothing in A3558 prevents someone from commenting on a Jewish legislator's social media page, things like "murder your way into independence." But when hateful speech leads to intimidation or discrimination against Jewish individuals, we must have a way to identify and act on it. These examples are not hypothetical. They are part of a deep, troubling pattern affecting our schools, our universities, places of worship, our streets, and our homes. The Jewish community in New Jersey does not feel safe. It is our responsibility as legislators to protect all New Jerseyans equally under the law. We have consistently defined and protected, and rightly so, against hate in various forms, whether based on sex, gender, identity, ethnicity, religion, or disability. Now it's time to ensure that the Jewish community receives the same protections. I speak today not for myself alone, but for my community, for every student afraid to wear a Star of David, for every neighbor who wonders if they still belong, if they still should stay in our state, and for every New Jerseyan who believes that silence in the face of anti-Semitism is not neutrality, it's being complicit. Passing A3558 sends a powerful message. New Jersey stands united against anti-Semitism and committed to the safety and security of all its residents. I urge you to vote yes on this legislation, and I thank you.